Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're actually going to go ahead and fix a bogged down weed whacker or weed eater that might not be sounding right. It sounds very slow or sluggish. A lot of people call it bogged down. It's a very simple, easy fix to do. You don't have to fix the carburetor. You don't have to go out and buy a new weed whacker or weed eater. It is something super easy, super simple, anyone can do. So let's go ahead and show you exactly how it's done. So I have a steel weed whacker here. I'll show you exactly what it sounds like. It does fire up, okay? It does fire up. It does start with ease, but it doesn't have that snap that usually a weed whacker would have to it. So just go ahead and listen to what it sounds like right now. This is before I do fix the issue. If this is kind of what yours sound like, well, you're here for the right video, and we're going to fix it really nice and simple. So as you see, it does run, but it doesn't exactly do what it's supposed to do. So if yours sounds like that or does a very similar process or similar thing, we'll go ahead and fix this with ease. Alright, so here we have the weed whacker head part. I did not remove any of the other parts of the weed whacker. This is just the main unit. This weed whacker is a steel model. It is steel FS70R. Okay, but almost every steel model is very similar. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is actually remove this one filter that is on the exhaust. What you have happening here is the machine is not running correctly because there's not the right inflow or outflow of air. So it's essentially just your filter is clogged up, and all you're going to really want to do is remove that filter, clean the filter. In this case, it's just a screen, and then put the screen right back onto the exhaust portion of the weed whacker. So right here you have two screws. They are a Torx T27. So that's kind of like your star design. This is a T27. And you see the two holes for the screws are right there. All you're going to do is twist that out. And then do the opposite side as well. Now the one screw came out with ease. The other one was a little bit more difficult. Keep in mind it could get a little gunked up just from use and all that. Alright, for the next step, now that you know this can easily come off, you're going to just want to take off this back plastic piece. There's three more of those T27 screws. There's one here, there's one in the middle, and then there's one on the opposite side. What you're going to want to do here is just remove those enough where you can just remove this out or pop this out enough where you can get this exhaust piece out. So that is one. This one has one back here. And then you have one over here. Okay? You're just going to want to have enough space where you can work with this. See, you might even take the screw completely out. Make sure you keep your screws because you don't want to lose your screws there. And just like that, very simple. Literally 3 screws. So now that this is loose, like so, you got that off. Now this looks very complicated, but literally it's only about 3 or 4 screws that 5 screws, let's just say, to get this all like that. All you gotta do is just put it right back into place. Now for the final part, there's one little screen right there in the middle. It's being covered by a flathead screw, and you can kind of see it's a little chalked up. So we're going to want to get that flat screw out of there and get that screen off, because that is the culprit of why this is acting like it is. This screw right here that I'm doing right now is the only thing that's holding down this screen. Alright, so we got that off. And I'm going to pop this screen out, like so. Now be careful, it is sharp, because, well, it's literally a piece of metal. If you have some pliers handy, it might help out as well. You can grab it and then just pull on it. It should come out like that. And you can't even see through that. I'll bring you out to the sun. But you see how caked up that is? That is because your weed whacker is not being able to breathe correctly. You should be able to see through that, or at least see a little bit through it. So now that you have that like that, you're going to want to clean that up. You can use a wire brush like this. If you don't have a wire brush like this, you can use a wheel brush if you have one handy. You don't have to have it on top of a tool. You can just hold it and just do as I'm doing right now. You can see all that carbon buildup is now coming off. The cleaner you get this screen, the better the machine will run, the weed whacker or weed eater. After about 5 minutes or so, you definitely get back the grayness of the screen. You can actually see through it. It still needs a little bit more work. You can probably put in about another minute or so. But you can actually see through it now. Put on gloves for this. It's pretty sharp. And it's pretty greasy and dirty and oily and all that fun stuff. So you can see all the carbon buildup on the table. That is all from using the wire brush. Just going back and forth. So probably about one more minute will be good, and back on it goes. Alright, now flipping you right back around, we have this piece right here. That is essentially your exhaust, your muffler, whatever you like to call it. We have our screen. We want to put our screen back into that slot right over there, and then we're going to put the screw back on there to hold it down. So, should very well just be able to slide back in there, like so. Take your flathead screwdriver, push down on it a little bit, try to get it back into where it was, like so. Now take your small screw that you had that held it down, put that right back in there. That will hold down that screen. Now if you're thinking to yourself, do I really need to put that screen back in there? I would highly suggest it. You know, using a weed whacker is not exactly like using a screwdriver around the house. Okay, you're going to get bugs, insects, dirt, debris, other stuff just from being out in the wild and nature and all that fun stuff. So you don't want that stuff flying inside there. So that screen is really going to help. And if it's clean like it just is, or you just made it, then why wouldn't you want to have it on there? Go ahead and put it all right back together. It looks way harder and difficult to put this back together than it probably really is. So don't get really flustered if you get to this point. It's really super simple. You just gotta line up these screws properly, like so. You can even probably just do this whole part together in one shot. Take your T27 screws, as long as they're lined up, and just screw this right back into place. Tighten up one side, then tighten up the other, and then fully tighten both of them. That's pretty good. That's good. And we're good there. All you gotta do is put this back plate back on, line up these screws, like so. Take the screws and put them right back where they were. Super, super easy, not a difficult process. Probably only will take you 5 minutes total. That one's all done. We gotta put the other two in. We'll fire it right back up. You know what? I won't even edit out this part, so it might be a little bad editing, but So there's no funny business going on. I'll just kind of move the camera over. I'll just fire it up right here in the yard. All right, should probably be good right there. All right, everything's back in place. See how she sounds. See, wasn't that bad, wasn't too difficult. Very simple, very easy fix. Probably just saved you maybe 300 bucks. You might have wanted to go out and buy a new weed whacker or weed eater, but nothing wrong with the carburetor. I didn't even touch the carburetor. I didn't even really do anything. All I did was change out that screen, clean it up a little bit. You can probably even go out and buy a replacement one if you really want to. Some of the older weed eaters, the older weed whackers, kind of hard to find. Just that little bit of screen. You can probably even make it yourself if you really want to. But if you already have one on there, all I say is take a wire brush, clean it up. It only took me about 2 to 3 minutes of scrubbing down, and that's it. But hopefully this helped you out. And if you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to see more videos. I do post a lot of content on my channel as well for Monday through Saturday. So if you want to stay tuned and tag along for future episodes of something, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. But hopefully this helped, and catch you guys next time. Till next time, have a great day. Keep living a dream. Peace.